Since the beginning of humanity, death has been the end of the cycle of life. It has been taught to us as something unavoidable that makes us human and which makes lives worth enjoying as our time is limited. However, humanity has changed within the years, and the questioning of our existence and beliefs has gotten groups of people to question what if death is actually avoidable. What if dying doesn't make our lives worth living and is just an idea given to us in order to keep away fear and desperation of not being able to do anything about it? And what if there is actually something we can do about it? These new ideas are real questions that have led to organizations who work on life extension. Life extension implies the idea of aging and death as a sickness rather than a process of life, meaning that as any other sickness, it can be prevented, stopping aging and death caused by it. In life extension situation, there are several ethical elements involved, including the branches of philosophy such as utilitarianism and deontology. Utilitarianism claims that an action is ethical if it results in the happiness of the majority, also known as the greater good. From an utilitarian perspective, life extension would be ethical since it would avoid deaths of our loved ones and the effects of aging such as tiredness and physical changes, bringing us happiness. Another related branch would be Kant's deontologies, an ethical theory based on universal moral laws. This is related to life extension and is important to consider since according to the theory, in order for it to be ethical, living forever would have to be universal. Although at first this sounds fair, it can bring problems regarding controversial people such as powerful government positions or people with violent ideas. This could create chaos if someone such as Hitler was to live forever. However, we couldn't just decide who gets to extend their lives and who doesn't. Otherwise, according to Kant, it wouldn't follow an universal law and hence would not be ethical. But living forever leads to other ideas, such as artificial intelligence advancing faster and blending into our lives. For example, if we live forever, we don't expect to keep working every day as we do today. We will likely come to scenarios where we start working less days a week as machines start doing most of the work. Or maybe we would consider a universal basic income. The question is, are jobs going to be over eventually? And if so, what happens next? I don't believe the idea of doing something to get income will disappear, as we all need to become useful in society. However, maybe the idea of jobs as we know today will be over. This would lead to jobs requiring no physical work. We would have more time to finally do all the things we want, our hobbies, and follow our dreams. This at first sounds awesome. However, looking into Giddens' perspective of modernity and his idea of moral vacuum that makes people lose meaning of their lives, this might not be the path into happiness. Having unlimited time to live may, instead of giving us more time to be productive and make a better world, give us more time to waste. We might waste time by making everything insignificant, up to a point where even happiness and finding virtue gets put aside since there is no hurry on finding it. It could bring this sense of lack of knowledge of oneself and the purpose of life. Maybe it is in fact the limited time which gives us reason to live and experience while making the best of the time we have left. And thus, life extension would just lead to our extinction with an overpopulation which isn't productive or even motivated. Another aspect to consider is how do we keep artificial intelligence safe from adversaries? As machines are programmed by humans, biases can lead to the increase of discrimination of many ways, especially when they are programmed by people who live forever, people who will stay in power for longer periods of times than they can today because of death. In order to prevent this, we would have to rearrange political structures and laws, plus I believe death penalty would increase as otherwise criminals would get to live forever. And further from keeping control away from a group of people, how do we keep in control of artificial intelligence? It is important to prevent robots from singularity. For me, the best way to do so is not to let machines become better than us. This can be prevented if instead of just making machines, we advance humans into technology. We become technology. We could start making our senses improve, our minds faster by implementing technology into our bodies. so that we still have control over oneself and create a world of humans and technology unified, instead of having humans against technology.